for probably murder, okay? As long as, and with him as well.
Absolutely, I'll take, yes, I did that.
So the gig's up. You're dead.
Besides being honest, my attorneys, even that, I haven't been completely honest with them, so.
You hated your mom?
I did not hate my mom. She deserved it.
I can see right through it.
I don't associate myself as a murderer. I can't kill anyone.
You are watching Trixie Lane, the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case Truths Unfold.
Full disclaimer, you probably do not want to be eating anything when watching this video. Hard liquor optional and probably very needed. Welcome back, guys. Let's go over some Demona and Master messages from Facebook. Now, I would like to call this part 1 of many, but to be honest, I want to hear from you guys more on if I should continue to cover these or not and hear your suggestions. Because I am telling you, they're graphic. My delivery will have bleeps, and it will be very annoying, guaranteed, because there are several needed. It's like reading Her Time to Lie book all over again, but with a kick, if you know what I mean. Also, I will not be saying who is who. I found that to be a little too repetitive before, so I will be placing the image on each text of who is speaking. So if you're interested, please keep watching. February 9th, 2014. Hi, Master. Hi, Nick. It's Demona. I got my own profile now, just for us. So Gypsy has hers now. I have mine. Here's my password. February 11th, 2014. Demona, is it the same email, though? The email is Demona Wolf. Demona, it was meant to have that in there as well now. I'm aware of it. Thanks for making sure I have control of this too. As yes, you are talking to your master now, Demona. Hi, my master. It's your slave, Demona. It feels nice to have my own space because I'm always so constricted in Gypsy. And you're welcome. This is only for us, so I won't be adding anyone else. Well, you better not. I want you to express that naughty girl. You are freely on there then. That's why only Gypsy and Nick will have it. That's the idea, master. Okay. I'm gonna let Gypsy go back and answer Nick now. I love and adore you, my master. I'll still be talking with you on hers too, though. That's fine. You may switch back to hers now, my dear. Thank you, my master. And yes, you know I love and adore you too. You're welcome, hun. Demona, it is Nick. So I was just wondering, are you going to be your truly naughty self on this one then? I was just wondering, since that thought came on my mind. February 12th. When I'm on here, my post will be rated X or R. LOL. Hee hee. Okay, hun. I just had to know. Demona, now it is your master. I told you I was going to ask you something, and you would have to go in your deepest details of it. However, it is more to it than that, though. You also have to answer. It's like a multiple choice kind of question. Or better yet, I'll just ask you more than one question, and you answer them all in as much detail as you can. So this is how it works. You'll first choose one of the choices. Then after you do that, you will go deeper into that as an answer. Let's see if you can answer them all like I would expect Demona. Now, the first question. I got to think of as soon as I have a thought of it, you'll be able to answer it. Then just as I instructed. We'll start with the first question, and I'll see how well you do. First question is this. What kind of sex do you find most appealing to you? A. Rough B. Casual C. Romantic D. Grape E. F. Unexpected C. Now, answer that question and make sure you go in deep detail at it. You can choose more than one as long as they are true about you, and you put into the answer as much detail as you can think of into your answer. I'll ask you the next question for next time. You are on, and see how you answer that one next. Hopefully you'll make me proud of you this time by mainly following instructions like you should. February 13th, 2014. Hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. To answer your first question, A, because I like the thought of being rough. And if you think about it, wolves bite each other when mating. So, in my nature, to like it rough. I'm clearly a screamer when things get faster. So I know the louder I get, the rougher you'll be. And also D, because it's a fantasy for both of us. I like the idea of being tied up against my will. Wink, wink. And F, because that's something I'd enjoy. I'm always turned on. I mean, how can I not be? I have such a sexy soulmate. I hope that was enough in detail. I mean, I might need to talk with you more when we're on together. But that's my thoughts on it, master. Romantic sex is something Gypsy dreams about as well as unexpected sex, because she is fun too, not just sweet and romantic. All right, Demona, that was good enough for me, even though I still could possibly see more detail out of you than that about each answer. More effort you put into it, the better. Now the next question, and try to be as detailed about each answer as you can, like you did before, but put your best effort into it. The next question for you is this. What are your strong turn-on spots of your body and other turn-ons that wouldn't include being on your body? Make sure you answer this with a long paragraph. I want true detail in this, Demona. As you know, I expect the very best out of you. Don't make me disappointed now, and make sure you do as I said, to please me, as you should only be able to do. My pussy is my number one turn-on spot, master, then my breasts and my lips. My pussy as well, obviously that spot brings pleasure, and my chest because it is very seductive yet simple, as well as my lips because the skin on my lips are the most sensitive, and it feels even the slightest touch. So I think, say if I slid my lips on your D, I could feel your warmth, and that's very sexy. That's good. And Demona, I'll let you know, Gypsy made things worse. Instead of doing what she should have did to make me proud of her, she just logs off. I am very unpleased with her. She did not know, master. Oh my God, she did. Let me let her make it right. She knows better. I taught her to know better in a situation like that. She does that again, she'll be sorry. Demona, you answered that one pretty much like I wanted, but you didn't give me your other turn-ons. That might not be on your body. Whether it is about me or something else other than on your body. You still have to tell me that, so make sure you do, so I can be pleased with you as I normally am. February 14th, 2014. My ass is another big turn-on, master. You can grab, spank, and squeeze my ass, and it will turn me on and make me want to do more than just kiss you. Do you guys see how she spells squeeze? That's really freaking funny. I don't think I've ever seen it misspelled quite like that before. February 15th, 2014. Okay, that's good too, Demona. However, yes, it is still your master. Demona, I wish to let you know that I may play with your ass frequently. Since I will, you'll have fun because of it. But I might as well get to another question to ask you. So I was thinking what to ask you. Then I thought of this. Demona, the question I thought of for you is, based on how strong your sex drive is, how quickly you can get turned on to where you start to think about sex, and maybe even to the point you would lose control if I was around you while you were horny. Give me detail in this, as I always expect, Demona, which means give a description of how quickly you were to be turned on by me using your turn-ons to where you would be ready to screw as soon as you were already fully turned on. I ask this because it takes a specially gifted kind of sex drive from who would be my soulmate to be able to handle mine. Demona, your master / soulmate. I, in truth, is always horny because I always am. That means you have to be ready for sex at all times. But I have two different levels of it. One where I'll let you have it with me freely, and the second is I would force you to have it with me. The first one is usually at a time where you would have me do it with you as you be your normal, loud self as we do it, and you'll have more freedom with it, which is my lower end of my sex drive. If you are on the higher end, or even you get me completely horny to where I want the sex right at that second and won't take no for an answer, that is when I'll be as rough and hard on you sexually as possible. While at the same time, whether you want me to or not, I will screw you. That is either towards the high end or fully, but it has to be fully for me to truly grape you. But if it is just towards the high end of me being turned on, it will just be me being rough with you pretty much. But you'll still have freedom to move your body to a point. But if you get me completely to where it is full, no matter what, you'll be exhausted by the time I am done by how rough, hard, fast, and forceful I am. Not to mention also sore, whether it is your ass or vagina, or even your tits, or pretty much your body will be sore by how rough I am. So beware if you get me that turned on, because all that will happen in a sex, no matter what situation. So after explaining this in detail of why I ask you that, tell me the answer in detail to the question I asked you by how easily you could be fully turned on and how fast you truly do become turned on. Hopefully, like normal, you please me, my dear dog/wolf slave soulmate. Okay, that was a freaking mouthful. I couldn't even process that because if you look, it's a full run-on sentence, literally. And it was too much. I lost my understanding of this text literally after like the first 2 lines. It's this whole thing is just so gross to me, guys. What do you think? February 16th, 2014. Hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. I am always turned on. I always think about sex. But to the point when I lose control is if you would show me affection, such as a kiss or touching me, in my turn-on spots, such as my putang, ass, or boobs. Then I'd say about 30 seconds I'd be ready for sex, master. And as for your sex drive, I'll do it whenever you want, master, however you want, when you want. And if that's fast and hard, you know I'll be loud. So if you kiss me and touch me on my turn-on spots, it's like 30 seconds that I'm ready. And fully turned on about 1 minute for anything kind of sex. Also, seeing you naked does the trick too, master. I love and adore you so much, my amazing master. Ugh, gross. She's diabolical. Ugh. February 17th, 2014. I'm pleased with your answer, Demona, as yes, this is your master Victor. But remember, when I get fully turned on, no matter what, you have to submit to me, because that will be the only option. As for touching your body, don't worry about that. I will probably play with certain parts of your body before I go into you. February 18th, 2014. Trust me, master, I won't resist you, even if it's forced sex. I'll submit. Do you know why? Because I adore you, and you're my master. That's why, and you're so sexy and handsome. We have a soulmate/M&S relationship. What is M&S? Anybody know? Let me know in the comments, please. Master and slave, maybe? It's the only thing I can think of. Demona, it is your master. Yes, you are right. We do have that kind of relationship, which I've been proud of us to have. But don't forget, your devotion and loyalty is forever with me before anyone else. Your soulmate? No one else is, Demona. Besides that, I also want you to answer something else too, besides what I said about your devotion and loyalty to me. Here's the question I wish for you to answer, and as a selfless person or doggy would be thinking when it comes to wishes. Your wish is my command, my love. This is so fucked up. Selfless person or doggy? Who do they think they are? This is just disturbing. So hopefully that is what you are thinking when you hear me use the word wish. Besides noticing your loyalty to me, I want to know, are you able to handle having sex possibly 1 time per hour of a day? If it is a day, your master sex drive is at an all-time high, which may happen at times. There are only 3 answers to that question. Obviously, you always add your explanation with your answer, but I'll put them in letters for you to know which is which for the answers. A, yes, B, no, C, maybe. Now tell me your answer because I wish to know it along with your explanations to the answer. And make sure you answer one of those letters first before you get the explanation with it, dear. Dear God, he wants literally all kinds of details. And it's just short and sweet, people. Short and sweet. Hi, my master. It is your soulmate slave, Demona. Yes, it is true. My devotion and loyalty to you makes my mind work and think whatever he wishes I will obey. And to answer your other question, master, the answer is yes, I can handle that, master. Oh, she didn't say A, B, or C. He's going to come at her. Maybe. We'll see. It's good that you can handle that, Demona, as I figured you would, because there will be days where I'll be that strong sexually, and others where the least number of times I do have sex with you is probably no less than 3 times a day. So no matter what, you'll have to get used to being frisky more than once per day, as I believe you'll enjoy doing it anyways. Fuck these run-on sentences. And I knew your way of thinking had to be as I thought about your devotion and loyalty. And I am glad I know you as well as I do. Just remember though, after you read this, the only thing you need to let me know of now is you being fine with the least amount of times we do have sex is 3 per day. If you're okay with that, let me know because, well, that is bound to happen. Just to let you know, where there will be no less than that number of times per day. Considering the dude couldn't even get it up with her because of her dirty diaper. February 19th, 2014. 3 times per day is fine, master. Knowing her, she'll try to jump on the stick even more than that. So that's what she does. Good, Demona. And I am about to answer Gypsy on her questions. So there's more to... I have to anyways. Yes, sir. She is just about to send pics. Okay, that's good news, Demona. I have a question for you, though. I was wondering, will that be enough to satisfy you if you are screwing your master 3 times a day, at the least amount? Yes, sir. That's enough to keep me happy, my master. But if she's submitting to him, why does she have to be happy? I don't get that. Is she the submissive one or the dominant? Because isn't she supposed to be the submissive one? Good. Well, she has her answer to a question. She thought he did when it was really me, since obviously I am always trying to help her with things. Before, she was just trying to figure out how to make it happen, but I made sure she did it this time. Oh, and another thing. It is not just Gypsy who has that responsibility. You better poke Nick, too, as a way to show your commitment to me, Demona. Yes, my master. So I should see it from your profile, and Nick should see it from hers. Am I clear on this, dear Demona? Yes, sir. Well then, where is your poke? Like Facebook pokes? Like the old thing that we used to do? Like poke, poke, you're it? Is that what they're talking about? I just didn't master. That's a good soulmate. Good job, Demona. Thank you, my master. You're welcome, dear. So I wonder, now are you aware that I expect more from you than Gypsy because you were my actual soulmate, hun? February 20th, 2014. Hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. Yes, I do know you expect more from me because I'm your soulmate, slave master. That's fine. I aim to please you. I love and adore you, my soulmate master. I love and adore you too, hun. But I should let you know that another reason I have always expected more from you is because you also can handle it. Very true, my master. February 22nd, 2014. Demona, it is your master. Now, the thing I'll have you do is this. Give me every way you can think of that you would want me to take advantage of you. That's right. Give me multiple scenarios, as many as you can think of, which means I'll be expecting true detail in your messages to this. So yes, I command you to give me as many scenarios in ways you want me to take advantage of you, Demona. Oh, and I'll have Nick read a part of this as well, because you also have to give him ways you plan on taking advantage of him, whether it is by seduction or rape by force. Either way, give him scenarios that you plan to take advantage of his body and his mind while you're in that moment, Demona. I command you to make sure you have as much of this for both of the kinds of scenarios, whether it is me taking advantage of you or you taking advantage of Nick as you can think of. And make sure you have as many as you can think of before you let me know. You said as many of them as you could think of that you plan on hoping that happens and making happen. Make me proud of you like I'm used to. And when reads his part, I'm sure you'll do perfectly fine on that. Just make sure you follow my commands perfectly and do as I said, my dear Demona's soulmate. That was a mouthful. Okay, Master. I'll do as many as I can think of. I'm at home taking a shower, and you have just gotten home from going somewhere. You walk into the bathroom, and I don't hear you come in. You close the door behind you, and then you turn off the lights. By this time, I know something's going on. I look around, but I can't see anything. I hear footsteps closer to the shower. And then I feel a tug on my arm, and suddenly I'm being lifted out of the shower onto the floor. I'm dripping wet, and I feel the touch of your hands all over me, but also holding me down. Then I feel your weight on me as you start to grate me. Ew. Who would ever want to touch her? Ugh. I'm sleeping in bed. Then I'm woken up by a tug on my foot. Okay, that's random. It's coming from the foot of the bed. I pop up to see what it is, and I see you at the foot of the bed waiting. Then jump. You seem to nearly fly on top of me, ripping off my clothes until I'm completely naked. You take the ripped clothing and make ties with it, tying me to the bedpost. Yeah, 'cause that's normal. Somebody has time to do that when they're holding you down. Okay. And as I'm tied up, you get closer to my neck, and I feel a sharp pain, like glass going into my neck. You were biting me and sucking the drops of blood that dripped down. After that, you took off your pants and started to have your way with me. Now the ones of me taking Nick. Nick is playing his Xbox in his room. He don't hear me behind him, but I slowly come up behind him. I touch him with my hands covering his eyes. I whisper in his ear, "Guess who?" He guessed right as he says, "Could it be my sexy Demona?" I laugh seductively and answer, "Yes." He turns around to look at me, and as he turns, he sees me wearing nothing much more than a lingerie panty. He looks shocked and speechless. Then I ask, "Sweet pea, can you please come over to the bed? I need your help. I dropped something, and I need you to get it for me." He looks like he suspects something is going on, but he goes to help her anyway. As he goes to the bed, I leap on him, and now he's on his back, and I'm on top of him. I quickly grab the handcuffs he and Gypsy keep near the bed and cuff him. Then I start to pull down his pants and give him an amazing BJ and HJ. Then I take off my panties and start grinding on his package. Then I have my way with him, having rough force sex. Nick is typing at his computer when I sneak up between his legs. I jump at him, knocking him to the ground. He's trying to get away when I grab his feet and hold him back from getting away. What is her like obsession with his, like, just feet in general? Foot of the bed, grabbing her feet, now grabbing his feet. She's just weird. Then I get myself up on him and say, "Sweetie, stay there, okay? This won't hurt a bit." Then I whisper, "I promise," as he only watches me. I bite his shirt, then I rip his shirt right down the middle. Then I proceed to take his wang out and play with it for a bit, rubbing it with my hand and holding him down with the other. Yeah, because you're that strong. You have no muscles, remember? I managed to get his wang in me while I can hold him down with both hands and legs. I go slow first, and then I start to speed up, to the point that I'm bouncing and jumping up and down on his wing, screaming in pleasure as he moans and just takes it. Yeah, because any guy would scream and moan in pleasure with you, Gypsy. Probably because they know they're about to get herpes or whatever it is you got. February 23rd, 2014. I love and adore you, my amazing master. Demona, Nick liked the stories you gave of him, and he liked the second one more than the first, though, since you holding him down yourself instead of the handcuffs seems for some reason to turn him on more. As for me, I love having my way with you in both of those ways. Overall, you did a good job, hun. However, what mainly matters is that you had detail to each of those. The more detail, the better, since it makes it more enjoyable. Dear, yes, your master loves and adores you too, hun. I'm happy I pleased you, my master. Hun, overall, you did it. Wasn't fully, but you did an overall good job, hun. Gosh, they make no sense. Their typing is terrible. I should make note, though, Demona, you will have a project to do in the future, and I am going to make you do it as a present from me and you to Nick. It will be for his birthday, and it will show your creativity as well, hun. Just be aware of this. I suppose I could say a little more about it. You know, that maybe you'll be doing a story for Nick, and I'll be hounding you on making sure there is more than enough detail in it to make it worth it for him to wait to see it, which means you have, from the moment you get on today, on to start on it and keep adding to it until his birthday. Finish it up on that day, then send it to him in the email and make sure it is page after page after page long. I want it to be like a story for him to read. I'll give you more details when we talk after you wake up, and I am up too. Until then, just ponder on what you could put into the only detail I'll give you to think of is a great story on how you grape him, and putting in detail to it to make it feel real for him is the kind of detail we are talking about. Her that I will be hounding you on to make sure you put into it. Dear God, more run-on sentences with this guy and not even making any sense either on top of that. Okay. And based on the kind of grape he prefers, you know where to start on how you'll ponder about it. Only to make it as long as you possibly can over time, then you know when you'll have to send it. Hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. I will make Nick a story. Gypsy is in trouble with her mother, so Gypsy is laying low. Ooh, what did Gypsy do? Better yet, what hasn't Gypsy done? Good, Demona. Well, I'll probably have Nick on and off of here to do Gypsy's situation, even though I'll have him seem appreciative of her for telling him. Okay, so that's the end of part 1 of the messages for now. Let me know what you guys think, if you want me to continue, so that we can get a better understanding of the dynamic between these two. Who did what, like who was dominant and who was submissive, what was going on here, who was controlling. Because, I mean, we've been under the impression this whole time that Gypsy was the dominant, pretending to be the submissive. But is there more to this? Because the more I read about Nick and his responses, sure, she scripted him a lot of the times, but you can tell a lot of the time he was doing it too. Or at least that seems pretty apparent. And I kind of want to see where this goes. Not the details. The details are disgusting. But I feel like going over those details, no matter how diabolical and gross they are, really paints a picture of the dynamic and what we need to know about these two. So let me know what you guys think. Should I continue to cover more parts of these? There's more than enough to cover. Let me know in the comments below. In the meantime, please give a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys at the next one.